Vice Chair of the full committee, Ms. Blackburn, 5 minutes for questions.
Thank you, Madam Secretary. I want to talk with you about data security and privacy. First up, I know you've seen the USA Today story about people in California having their information released to insurance agents, and this all happened after they had gone to the exchange. We're hearing from other states that people are having that same experience with federal exchanges. So have you talked with the California exchange about releasing that information, may help them to realize this is inappropriate to release that information?
Well, I don't think there's any question that there is an issue about releasing anybody's personal health information as was done in California, and there have been certainly conversations about that. As you know, we don't run the California exchange. That's no excuse. Privacy and security are hugely important.
Okay. How is the information being released? Who is releasing it? Who all has access to that? And when it is released, are people paying for that information, and who gets the proceeds from the sale if you are selling that information?
I'm not sure. Are you talking about the California specific incident?
I'm talking about any of these exchanges where people are getting...
To my knowledge, the California incident is an isolated case. We have no information. There's certainly no information about anybody at the federal marketplace for the 36 states.
We're all getting some questions.
Well, there is no information released, and actually we don't store personally identifiable information on the hub.
Will you help us look into this and get to the bottom of it? Because people are getting phone calls, and that means their information is being released. Now, if somebody is benefiting, and if that is being sold, or if there is some kind of transaction on that, we need to know that, Madam Secretary. Let's go on and talk about cost.
But I would suggest, Congresswoman, that the fact that they're getting phone calls also may be that they are customers of an insurance company who is contacting them because their policy may be up for renewal.
No,
those calls are underway.
I don't think that is quite the case. But let's go on and talk about cost. $600 million is what we know has been spent on the site so far. I'm referencing Washington Post on that. How much money in total has been spent? We're still waiting for the answer to that question from you. We'd like to know how much you have obligated since October 1 for the cleanup of this exchange. How much money do you anticipate obligating through March of 2014? And since you're going to have the IG do an investigation of the contracting, are you going to make these contractors pay this taxpayer money back?
Congresswoman, to date, through the end of October, and I'm giving you the cleanest audited numbers that we have obligated $677 million for the total IT costs. And have outlaid $319 million of that 677. Some of that includes work clearly in the month of October. We will give you regular updates as we have newly audited numbers. I have asked the IG to become involved because I think it's very appropriate to look at all aspects of not only the management practices, but the contractor expenditures, the specs in the contract, the payment issues, and I will act based on his recommendation.
Okay, so $677 million is what you have obligated through the end of October.
That's correct.
Of this year.
That's correct.
Okay, so would you give us the additional?
Through the end of October, yes, that's the obligated amount. We have spent $319 million of that 677 through the end of October.
We're going to continue to watch that cost number very closely. Delays. It seems like every holiday brings another delay. So what should we expect for Christmas and New Year? We've had a total of 13 administrative delays to major aspects of the law. And it seems like whether it's July 4th or any of the holidays, Thanksgiving, we get a delay. So what are we looking at for Christmas Eve and Christmas and New Year's Eve and New Year's Day?
Well, Congresswoman, I would say that we have extended the deadline for enrollees from the middle of December until the 23rd, recognizing that people need some extra time over the holidays to
Okay, in the
choose a
future, what do
plan.
we
They
expect?
don't have to pay until the end of December in order to be fully enrolled, and we're working with insurers to make sure there's a smoother transition into the new year.
Yield back.
Thank you.